Are you on the verge of peeing your pants? That much excitement? Time to dance. It's Nick Berk. Nick Berk. Hey, everybody, check it out. It's Nick Berk.
From wrestling.
From wrestling. Did you like the song? I just came up with that off the top of my head.
Just wrote it. He just wrote it. Oh my God, Cory Kastle, you are such an amazing artist.
You know,
You are
that might
so
be
good at
good
the
for
improvs.
that might be good for an improv class, perhaps.
There you go. Perhaps maybe if I want to go in an improv class, something, which I might do start next week. I did sign up for a class for next week.
That's exciting.
Mm.
I think you'll be like such a natural fit for that. And they'll be like,
Yeah.
"Hey, aren't you Nick Berk?
From wrestling?
Parentheticals from wrestling?"
um, I
The Red Bull, Nick Berk.
I still have I have that flag that you got me, the Red Bull
Oh yeah,
flag. I have that hang up in my gym downstairs, or well, not downstairs, but my garage, my
that's awesome.
gym that I got there. So that's like the one. It's like a focal point of it.
Well, like
It's
Red
huge.
Red Bull wasn't yet the monster that it is
No,
nowadays. Like it wasn't as popular as it was. Like
no.
back when you were doing it, when you were blazing the trail for Red Bull.
I, dude, I wanted to have them sponsor me. I was trying to figure out how to do it, and then like years later, I find out that people I went to school with, they started like the Philly chapter of the Red Bull thing, and like I didn't know this until like later,
They weren't
and
following your career.
they thought it was funny that like because they would watch me on like wrestling, they thought it was funny or funny or whatever like they thought it was awesome that I'm the Red Bull, but they never. We never discussed anything until later. Then I found out that they did because I never ran into them like back in like early 2000s,
Right. There's
And
a
then
just
I
zero
found out like
communication there.
after 2010 when they were done working with them and Red Bull had already grown into this great thing, but I wanted to like at the very beginning I wanted to have them sponsor me. I wanted that money. I want and I just couldn't get in touch with them. I emailed and called and wrote a letter and
You,
got no responses.
I mean, you know people. You know
Now I
people.
do.
I mean, nowadays you're well
Yeah.
connected,
Oh
but
yeah.
the Nick Burke of early Nick Burke of circa 2002 and 3 and
And four. No,
not
I
as
didn't know
not as
anybody.
connected.
No, I didn't know anybody.
Not
Um.
as connected. Not as connected.
Oh,
The cream of the crop.
yeah. Oh yeah. Mm. Oh yeah.
So
Yeah.
here's the only thing I in preparation for us having this chat, because honestly, for the most part, like dude, today I just uh frustration like crazy for some reason. I don't know why. Like there's just anxiety hitting me real hard, and I just wanted to sit down and have some fun with you and just chat. The only question I was thinking about asking you was I know you've done so many interviews, you've done so many podcasts, you've been all over radio and TV and all that kind of stuff, and people have asked you questions. What's the one question that you've never been asked that you've always wanted to be asked?
Oh man. I wanted to be asked. Jeez, that's a tough one because um like I never want to be asked, like I never, you know what I mean? Like I don't have that thing of like the lead in and stuff. Like, I never thought about that
Well, I
like
mean,
great
like
question
what's
of
it
the
like? Maybe like a factoid that is like less known about Nick Burke that
hmm,
that you'd
oh,
maybe want people to know that they don't know.
people could know. Like I don't know. My favorite movie. Has anybody ever have we ever delved into my favorite movie?
I don't think so. I
The
mean,
Wizard of Oz. is
The
my
Wizard of
favorite
Oz is your
movie.
favorite movie?
Ever, ever. I
Why?
don't watch it every single time it's on TV because around Christmas time it's on all the time. So I watch it once or twice during Christmas time, and then I will watch it like probably about 5 or 6 times a year. Just watch it, and I think about it, and I go back and I go watch all these different parts of it, and like go to certain lines
Hmm.
and listen to the lines and try to hear a meaning just from that part and then isolate it and give it a different meaning and like listen to different pieces and then see here's a thing I want to do. I want to start getting into DJing because I want to get some of the sounds and kind of like manipulate them. And I've been getting into that part for like just in the past few years of like wondering what certain like scratches would look like or like if you just pause it and not pause it, but if you just slow it down and treble it up a little bit and bass it down and then you know do all this different funkiness to it and then start blending it together and make it like how old hip hop was made. I'm wondering like certain things of that from like the Munchkins doing whatever they're doing or the Cowardly Lion when like he gives out the roar and he gets all scared and he or when he sings his song. Cowardly Lion is really good because he has this really bassy voice
Yeah,
and
it would be good promos. You cut
yeah,
some good promos as the Cowardly Lion.
yes, that's another thing. Like just like there's one part of the song like what makes a muskrat musk, what like that whole thing in a wrestling promo would be so fantastic if somebody just like took that and like made that their thing where they made like their own they put in their own words to it. What makes it this do this? What makes it that do that? What makes it this do that? And then and that every time they cut the promo, like that's their stick. But like there's so many great one-liners in there too that like are either funny or like a life lesson, like or like just like different things like that I watch and like I think I pretty much caught like everything by now, but like there were so many different meanings to it throughout the years.
Oh,
And
I just started thinking about
yeah.
once you brought up the Wizard of Oz, I started thinking about what was it, a Louis C.K. bit when he's like, they took my legs and they left them over there, and then they put my arms over there. I could see you doing that promo.
Oh man.
You're
Well,
like, hey, I'm in a hammerlock and they put my arm over there.
right, dude, 100%. Because that's like one thing like about like wrestling promos that I always like should have done, but I never did, was steal it from either certain parts of movies or songs and just turn into a promo.
It's funny to me that we've been friends for 21 years, and I don't think I ever knew that your favorite movie was Wizard of Oz,
Really,
and I don't think we've ever talked about it ever before.
it's one of those things that like a lot of people would make fun of you back in the day. I mean, you get beat up for something like that back in the fourth grade, you
It's
know?
like it's like being a mark. Remember when being a mark was a thing
Oh yeah,
you get heat for?
you gotta eat for it. Yeah. You can't be like when I first started and I was doing markers things, I would get yelled at by like all the old heads. Like it was like real. You couldn't be a mark. I threw away all of my wrestling figures. Threw them away because they told you they said, look, like that's being a mark. No, and those same people just take them, but they put them in their attic or under their bed, or they never threw them away anyway. Or
They don't
like,
want
but
anyone finding out that they're a mark in the attic.
yeah, but
They're
me, I threw them away. I'm
addict.
so mad at myself. Addict. Oh, an attic. But I'm mad that I threw them away. But yeah, like being like a fan of Wizard of Oz. Um, a grown man, like many grown men in their 40s, should are not, you know,
Mhm.
as far as I know.
Do
But
you have
I've
do you have
gone,
like
I've
a
gone, I've
Wizard
seen
of
it.
Oz? Like an
But I,
Oz shrine in your home?
no, I don't. I mean, I have one thing to. I think only one thing. Yeah, to Wizard of Oz here. I have more stuff about Sixers and different movies and stuff, and the Eagles around my house than I do.
More socially acceptable things.
Right, and the one thing, it's just a like a post that's hanging like on my wall in my room, and it's Dorothy's slippers. It says, "There's no place like home." Yeah, because my
When I
home.
was a kid, I think it was explained to me that the reason that gay people took on the rainbow was because of the Wizard of Oz, was because of Somewhere Over the Rainbow, where like we can be what we want to be, and like that was the way I was taught that when I was probably 12 or 13 when my mom taught me that.
Yeah,
So
that's the because back then that's where you could be free, you know.
and the lady, what was the lady's name who played Dorothy? It's like Liza Minnelli's mom.
It was now you're asking me and I can't and it's what's her name? Sorry, I have to fix
Judy?
this.
Was it
Judy Garland.
You know, when I
Garland.
was a kid, I thought that when anyone talked about Judaism, they were talking about traits that only she had.
Well, well,
Yeah.
that's
It's a real trait. It's a real trait of Judaism. And I'm like, oh, the lady from Wizard of Oz,
yeah, we know that trait. That's
the red slippers. It's a real Judaism.
no, we're talking about being cheap. Being stingy with your money, being loud in public and not understanding your surroundings, not being self-aware. That's what we're talking about.
You know, something I got from you, and I remember I heard this from you. I was a kid. I heard you say this once, and I stole it right away, and my entire family. I used it on my entire family, and all the time, and they were like excited to when you said. I heard you say once, "Oh, you know who I saw yesterday," and who? I'm like, everyone I looked at. I
yes,
stole that right from you.
that's a great one. I love that one. Here's
And
another one.
everyone was so tired of I got it to the point where everyone was tired of it. When even
Gotta bring
now,
it
if
back.
I were to say to my mom, if I was like, I would be like, "Oh, guess what I saw yesterday?" If I saw somebody who like, "Whoa, cool, I saw this person," she'd be like, "Everyone you looked at," like however many years later.
That's funny. Here's another one for you then. Use this one on kids. When they say how old they are. Or, yeah, they're like, how old are you? 6? I was 6 when I was your age.
I do a very similar thing. I do a very
Okay,
very similar
you
thing
already got
already.
it. What's yours?
Well, I'm a server, right? So when kids come in and they say it's like the parent tells me it's their birthday, and I say, "How old are you?" And they're like 10. I'm like, "Oh, I used to be 10. Oh my god, me too. I used to be 10.
I used to be 10. Oh, it's an honor. Congratulations bestowed upon you. Wear it with pride. The whole year, it's yours.
No one
That's
can
great.
take that from you,
Oh,
unless you die.
well,
Then they'll get to take it. Well, I mean, you'll be that age forever at that point, I guess.
Oh man, that's funny. That's funny.
So, do you watch wrestling anymore at all?
A little bit here and there. Like I watch. I want to go and watch that AEW pay per view that just happened. Got to go figure out how to watch that because I was kind of interested in that whole devil thing, and then I am a fan of MJF. I think he's really good. So I wanted to see what his match was like against Samoa Joe, S. Joe at AEW corp.
I'm really good at making up email addresses for
That's his
people.
email address. I'm gonna email him, ask him if I get his login to the pay-per-view site so I can watch pay-per-view for free. I don't even know if
You
AEW
think
Corp
as
is
the
a
new
thing.
champ, he'd have some stroke to be able to get you. to
I'll
get you
tell
to
him how he
exit.
potated me. Remember one time? Remember that one time in Massachusetts, and he bit me on the corner. Ah, that hurt. How about
I don't remember that.
throw me a bone? No, I don't remember that, Nick.
Nope.
Did I ever work a show with you in Massachusetts? Once, buddy.
Remember at a show that I was at and you weren't?
I worked like 3 shows in my life with him. That was it. Usually, and at least one of them. No, it's probably more, but at least like if they're Frank Goodman shows. I don't know if you ever did any of them. Like they don't count because so Frank Goodman shows were
Did
a
he do like
good
the
like 4 to
Maniac
5.
guy?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So um, you run in New York, 5 to 6 hours long shows, and it would be like a marathon. So sometimes like you're on first, and the person you came with is on last, and you gotta be there the whole night. You sit there and bitch about it, and you have to get things changed. But like it sucks. Like I didn't want to go there with Trent because he was always main event, and we get there like before the show starts, and had to be the whole entire show. It sucked. But anyway, that was where was I going with that?
What
Oh,
worked
working on
with
the shows with
Samoa Joe on the
him.
same
So it
car?
could have been yeah. So Samoa Joe could have been like on like the end of a um of a Frank Goodman show, and I'd be
Mhm.
on the beginning of a Frank Goodman show. So we can't say we're on the same show at all because it was just too long. That's like 3 shows in one, you know. So
Well,
you can't really say that.
I think also, and I could be misremembering this completely. I think at the arena one time there was IWA Mid South double header kind of gimmick with Combat
Mm.
Zone that Samoa Joe worked with Necro that
Oh,
that afternoon, and we had an event that night, I believe, and I think I met him one time in that during that.
he's
And I think I also saw I also saw CM Punk during that, but I mean,
ooh.
or me,
Well, CM Punk,
confusing
you were there when he
when he did
wrestled
the with Justice Fame. Yeah.
Just Pain, right?
Yeah.
So you met him then.
Yeah. He came
How
up.
about that? How about him like selling out the Garden? Like, oh, dude, and like people are like were like mad at him. Look at that! Congratulations, that is fantastic. Sell out the Garden. Who who else can say that in the business that's like active right now? Who other than Cody? I don't make Cody. I don't know if Cody did sell it out, but let's say other than Cody because he very well might have. Who's like one person in the wrestling business that's active, like not just like The Rock because he just came back and all that, not him that can
Right.
sell out the Garden. I don't know if there's somebody.
Not me.
No, not me either.
Not me.
Not me, but that is just fantastic. What I mean, and I get it because people are saying, well, it's his first match, so in WWE in 10 years, so of course people are that's going to sell out and all that but it doesn't matter. He did it. And he did the plan the way it was right, the way it was supposed to be done. You go away and then you come back and look. And he's in great shape, and he's going to have some, a good run. And he's probably mature, like we all are nowadays. And he's going to make some money. I'm going to be really jealous of the more money he's making. He probably didn't never need any more
He
money.
doesn't need it. He doesn't need it.
No,
But like good for him, for real.
yeah.
Like uh my first impression of CM Punk, I didn't remember it was 2003, right? When we were in the back at the arena, and I was sitting at a table. Remember how the locker room used to have tables
Mhm.
and in the arena?
Yeah.
And I was at a table with Chris Cash, and Punk came in and introduced himself as Punk to all of us. And Cash said to him, Cash was a little rough around the edges. When he came in and introduced himself as Punk, Cash said, "Punk, huh? Like, you want to be called that? Like a punk ass bitch?" Like Cash said that right to him, and he was like, "Yes, just like that." And he walked right past it, and I was like, "Oh, well, dude's pretty chill.
Chris Cash was just like that little kid who just said the wrong things.
Right. He never had a. If there was a chance to say the wrong thing,
He'd do it.
he was a troll before trolls were a thing.
So funny. Oh, those were the best times. Those really were. Like it was so much fun. It was I mean in a ring practically, every day for I don't know how many years because between practice and shows for Combat Zone, like they were running shows like all the time. Then it was just like practice, that they had the gym open like all week long,
Yeah,
and
I was there all week.
yeah, it was
Mhm.
just so much fun, and we got to see each other all the time and hang out. And everybody was young and had ambitions, and
And everyone's
uh,
gone now.
everybody's
Almost
gone.
everyone. Well, Johnny just came back. I saw that.
Johnny
Um,
Cashmere.
I saw that he just came back, but I don't think we roll in the same circles. I don't.
No. Well,
I think he'd be one to not return my messages
no,
if I were to reach out.
really.
Probably. I mean,
Uh,
I don't.
well, I can make sure that he does return your messages if you want. Not that hard. I can call him up for you. Say, hey, Cory Kastle wants to talk to you. You know what I mean? John. I saw on the interwebs that John Zandig also showed up in the event in Burlington on New Year's Eve at John E. Cashmeyer's wrestling event.
What's that?
Spo.
I mean, what's the point though? Like, I mean,
I don't know.
is he's not going to work anymore? Like,
Sure hope so. I'm gonna come back out of. I'm gonna come back out of after him.
have one last run.
No, I'm gonna come back after him. The loser has to add the other on Facebook.
Remember how you used to make fun of him for being bald? Look what happened to you.
Yeah. What happened to you, John?
You guys
Yeah.
are like, you stole my straight bald all the way hairdo.
Yeah, well, I was tired of having the fake half cut, the fake
Well,
Hulk cut.
he had didn't he had just like a ponytail on the back of a bald head for a while.
Did he? He might
That's a
have.
that's a look.
He might have.
That's a look. I'm
Mm.
there's just certain looks that I just know that I'd never want to even think about pulling off.
Yeah,
Like,
well, I mean, I wish I could grow hair so that I could have like a ponytail at all, but my hair wouldn't grow that much. That's how bad my hair doesn't grow. So that's what growing old does to you, sir.
well,
You know?
I was more referencing like other kinds of looks that I just won't do.
Oh,
Like, I'm not gonna go out of my house in sweatpants. I just won't.
huh?
I'm not
Really?
gonna leave my house in sweatpants. I won't wear
Sweatpants
Crocs.
now?
I won't wear New Balance sneakers. I'm not gonna wear Skechers. You'll never catch that. You'll never see me with my keys snapped to my belt and like wearing that.
Oh,
That's just not gonna be
no.
a thing I ever do.
Nope. Me
Mm-mm.
neither.
It's
Me neither.
those are all those are
Yeah.
choices that I won't
Those
make.
choices that you made in life that you agreed with yourself.
I drew
You're
a
not going to
line in the
carry.
sand,
Not doing
and
it.
on
Not
this
wearing
side of
those
the
clothes.
line, no
No
keys
dice.
attached to my belt.
No sweatpants. I'm wearing sweatpants now, and I wear sweatpants outside all the time. They're so comfortable. I free
Hmm.
ball in sweatpants outside all the time. So comfortable.
That's a
So comfortable.
choice. Yeah, for sure. It's a choice. I won't be making that choice, but
No.
I'm not gonna
You
hate you
wear
for it.
you wear a good slack. You wear a good pair of slacks. Good a good a good dungaree and good dungaree from Old Navy, and he's good to go.
Oh,
This
look,
guy gets his there you go. There you go. Gets a good dungaree,
oh,
Old Navy, and then when he gets
these pants
fancy,
that I just
a
purchased.
little cargo on there.
just some skinny jeans.
Oh, some skinnies. Okay.
Just some skinny jeans.
And then sometimes, for comfort level, you might just splurge and go for Duluth. Who knows? Just for a little bit more room down there. For the guy who needs a little extra more room down there. Duluth Trading Company.
What's the ad that the perfect jean that Nick or that Pete Holmes always does? He's like, from if you're working with a little shamrock or a honking eggplant.
He's so funny. He's such a good comedian.
Yeah, I agree.
He has this one thing about oh man, what is it? Hold on a second. I'm just getting over being sick. I got sick the day after Christmas. Lasted like a week. So anyway, he has this one. There's one bit about like, Pierce. Let's have some beers, Pierce.
He says the somebody's talking to their Latino friend about how their team broke their losing streak. It's like, won. We won 1-1. We were tied 1-1, and then we won 1-1.
That stuff, yes. That whole the whole bit, like I love it. And then like sometimes there's just like different words that are said, and then like it takes me right to that bit, and it's stuck in my head. And then it's just like I crack up, and then you have to explain it to somebody. They don't get it because they don't know Pete Holmes. They don't know funny. They don't even know the joke.
I'm
And I can't
fully
explain the
fine.
joke. I just try
I'm
to explain it
fully
to you. Thank
fine
God
with
you
like
know it.
people not getting what I get sometimes.
Right.
Like if I make a joke and they don't laugh, and I go, "Hey, don't you know this or know that?" and they don't, and I'm like, "All right, it's fine."
Right.
Like, just like Pete Holmes says, I'm not for everybody.
No.
That's the name of his special on Netflix.
Is that what it is? I gotta go watch it.
The newest Netflix special, yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna have to watch it. I haven't watched I haven't grabbed his to watch it.
And the
I did
new
watch
Chappelle. Did you watch the new Chappelle
yeah, that opening joke.
about the Jim Carrey?
The whole thing, and then he turns it into a tranny joke.
Yeah. He's like, I
How
wanted to meet Jim Carrey, and I'm meeting Andy Kaufman.
that is just and
It's
then
pretty
after like
spot
everything he
on.
went through, and he just said,
Yeah.
"There you go, I'm doing it." He's so good. He is just so good.
See, I
He
was
sounded a
watching.
little different though, doesn't he? He sounds like just like I don't know, just like I don't know. He sounded just like a little like I don't want to say corporate.
Hmm.
A little bit more
I didn't notice.
professional. A little bit maybe a little bit more professional. He sounded, when he spoke. So I felt he sounded a little bit more professional. I think when he spoke.
I
I don't know why. I was expecting a little bit more half baked Chappelle, and I got a little bit more corporate Chappelle, basically.
hosting SNL after Donald Trump gets elected. Chappelle.
Oh man,
I
wonder.
I
So,
don't.
what we're saying?
I'm trying to say. I don't remember if it was. Might have been New Year's Eve or something. I just found myself like doing like almost a Jim Carrey impression all night without even like telling anybody. I was just like, oh yeah. Oh yeah. I just was making like, I could feel my face making the Jim Carrey face all night. And I was like,
Right.
Happy New Year.
And you just took on the persona, and you don't know where it came from.
No idea. No
No.
idea. Like, hope you had a Merry Christmas.
I you know what I should have done this year? I have a Grinch costume. I should have like worn it and then like mess around with people and take videos of it. We're gonna have to do that next year.
Yeah.
You have to remind
Dude,
me around Thanksgiving.
I did I did a gig where I had to dress like Grinch and take pictures with people's dogs and
Ooh.
like kids and stuff. And and I was like playing it like I was annoyed to be around all these people. And I like sat on the chair and I was doing this. And a girl came up to me and she said, "You look bored." And I was like, "Yeah, I am bored. I'm the Grinch and I hate everybody." And she was like, "Oh my God, are you serious? Oh my
Oh
God,
my
are you
God.
serious?" And she was like, "Oh my God." Like she like was trying to like see into the mask or whatever. And I'm like, I just said I just said to you, I'm being the Grinch. Like I'm not saying like
How old was she?
she was like in her 20s or something.
Oh,
It was like an adult woman.
an adult woman said it. Oh my.
And she was, "Oh my God, are you being serious right now?"
No. I mean, you look like if you're gonna like look like you're bored here at our pet and child picture day. You just
Maybe we
think
shouldn't have
you're
invited you at all.
yeah, you big Grinch. You're gonna ruin Christmas for everybody. Ah, this guy's over here ruining Christmas.
Why don't you go complain to the manager that the Grinch is ruining Christmas?
No.
See what happens.
I'm trying to center this thing. There, that we'll go there.
And I had just watched a bunch of videos where this guy was like being the Grinch and like making everybody laugh and have fun, like participating in the whole like Grinch storyline gimmick.
Right.
And this lady,
She had no clue.
she blurred lines to her.
She just thought that maybe she thought that the Grinch was just Oscar the Grouch.
She thought
Even
that
if
she
it's
was going to
Oscar
have the
the
Grinch break kayfabe on her.
Well, yeah, because she's in the know, you know.
Mm-hmm.
She knows.
She's like,
And
you look bored. Not the Grinch, you.
Me, no, I'm having the ball right now, lady. You have no clue. It's so hard for me to act like I'm bored, you know? I mean, I just want to rage out of excitement. Too bad I have to act like I'm bored here.
With the fingers and talk.
Oh man. So this improv class that I'm going to, I was telling you about. So I'm going to go. It starts next week. It's an introduction to improv, like long form improv.
Yeah. Rick said to you today that like him and I took the first free class. So we were there once for that, and I knew they did like an improv. There was an improv team at my high school, and I tried out for it, and then they wanted me
to do it.
They wanted me to come to practice on days that would have conflicted with wrestling practice, and I had to turn it down.
Wow.
And of course, the girl was like, "Yeah, I don't understand." Like the girl who wanted me to join it, who's actually the girl in. If you ever saw the movie Unbreakable, the
I haven't seen
M. Night Shyamalan movie, it was the little girl who was the babysitter in Unbreakable. She played the babysitter.
Oh.
And she was like
Was she like a main
part of the
person?
troupe, the comedy troupe in my high school.
Was she a main person in the movie, or was she just like a
No, she was
one
just
scene?
she was like, just the babysitter who showed up to babysit Bruce Willis's kids in the movie.
Oh, just I'm the babysitter, and then
She was just an extra. Yeah, she had a line or two. There's the phone numbers on the refrigerator.
Did I get my line right?
What's my motivation?
You're asking for a phone number on the refrigerator. Right. Got it. Okay.
But I remember being like, "Yeah, I can't do the practices because I go to pro wrestling classes," and she's like, "Good luck with that, loser."
Well, you should her. Who's laughing now?
Who's laughing now?
M Night
Look,
who?
look how I'm rolling in it
Yeah,
due to my wrestling career.
that's right. Oh man, once once the world sees what you got, that's what it is. They just haven't seen it yet. So that's
Yeah.
what we're waiting on. The world to see it. Yeah, once they see it. Yeah. Mhm. Yeah. Once what was I gonna say? I was gonna say something. Damn, I had a good lead into something different.
You were gonna uh, tell a funny joke.
No, like into like weave into something different. A segue, so they call it. Because we were talking about the improv. Improvisation.
Are
And
you gonna do any Nikki Benz in
no,
improv?
so I wanted to ask you this. So what like they talk about like long form improv. It's a whole like course.
Mhm.
It's like a month and a
Yeah,
half.
Rich and I also did another one where we like tried out for an improv team that was in South Philly,
Yeah,
uh, and like they wanted him and didn't want me. He was better at it than me.
yeah.
He's dude. I always tell him he's like the funniest person I've ever met, and he just goes, whatever. There's humility and such.
Right.
They didn't want me. They're like, oh, this skinny dweeb. We don't need this guy.
Why not?
I didn't have as good a timing as I developed eventually.
Try out again.
Yeah, I don't know who those people were, and I
We
don't
gotta go.
know
Well, go look them up. You can look up the.
look
That's
them
what I
up.
did. You look them up, and you just go to the South Philadelphia Improv Group, and you just find them, and you say, "Hey, guys, how about giving the kid another shot?"
uh,
Da-da-da.
Here it is.
Give 'em
20
jazz
years
hands.
later, get me in there now.
Give them jazz hands, and step on to the side and show what they're missing.
Zip
On
zap zop.
Give me a subject, all right, and give me a. I don't know whatever they ask for. I don't know how they do it, but all of a sudden,
Give me
like
a job.
you're
Tell me an occupation. Give me any occupation. And
a nurse. Okay,
I'm gonna go with garbage man. No one said garbage man, but that's what I'm gonna go with.
always change it. Always change it to whatever it is that you have planned. There's a nurse who is also.
Only one person screams out nurse, and someone goes, "Oh, I thought I heard someone say trash man." Did someone just say? I would say mail carrier? Yeah, I heard that.
That hurts.
I was just for some reason I was thinking about um, the Christmas cards that were left from the mailman left, and the trash man also left Christmas cards in my mailbox this year at
Oh,
Christmas,
really?
and that started making me think of the Brian Regan bit about the blank inside cards.
Oh,
It's like,
blank
they're
inside.
buying a crease.
Ugh.
Blank inside.
I should have. I did get that thing, and I forgot to tip out my trash people this year. I forgot.
I bought them scratchy lados.
Oh man, I gotta.
Scratchy lados.
And the thing, it's been off. Like the days have been off. So I don't know like whether they're out. So like the recycling came today, and I guess that the trash will come tomorrow. But normally it's on Thursday, so now I gotta wait till next Thursday, and hopefully they accept my late gift. But,
5 cash 5s.
I toast forgot, guys. I toast forgot. But they gave a card and everything, like I guess, like to let us know, the dealio. I just totally forgot about it. I had it in my car and I just totally forgot because I had it in my car to remind me so I could go to the bank to pick up cash because I never pick up cash. So I just forgot to put it all out there. So now you just reminded me of this adult thing that we have to do nowadays
It's about time.
tipping out the mail carriers and the what's it called peeps, the
The
trash people,
garbage collectors.
garbage collectors. Right. Stuff's getting old having to do that stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
They
dude.
get they get paid a wage. You know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
fair one. I
A
mean,
very fair one.
I think so. I'm not sure. I've never been a mail carrier or a garbage collector,
Me neither.
but
But
they seem like jobs that pay more than being a server at Applebee's, like I am.
hmm. Talking about Applebee's on a date night.
There you go.
However the song goes. I don't even know. I know it's Applebee's in there at some point.
Fancy like Applebee's.
Fancy like Applebee's
Fancy.
on a date night. Right. Right. Yeah. So and also like with improv, what I'm hoping I get out of it is also like interactions with people, like different interactions with people, like, because I've noticed like since the pandemic, like my interactions with people are so weird and odd. Just because I don't know how to interact with people anymore. Like anxieties and stuff like that, like kicked in. Like I don't. That's why I don't go to restaurant shows or nothing. It's like really strange. So I think that if I go and do this, I'll be more open as well to like have my mind be open so I can interact with people a little bit more freely. You know. So that's what I'm
I,
hoping that I get out of it because it's just like
I think Mitch Hedberg uh, recorded one of his CDs at the Improv, and he said he said that uh, he he was doing poorly, and somebody told him to add an E at the end of Improv. He's like, last time I was here, somebody told me to add an E at the end and do better.
That's so funny.
Through these improv classes, I hope to add an E at the end of improv.
And do better. I want to see. I'll let you know if like that's one of their lines that they use. I want to see if that's one of their taglines that they use to try to be funny. See
Yeah,
these
like
unoriginal bastards.
plagiarizing Mitch Hedberg.
Yeah, unoriginal pieces of garbage.
You could do a character where you were Nick Hedberg
Nick
and
Hedberg.
and
That's-
just do delivery like Mitch. Mitch Hedberg.
Nick Hedberg. Nick Hedberg. One time I was walking down the street.
I asked I asked AI to write me a Mitch Hedberg joke. Did I ever tell you that?
No, go
I
ahead.
asked,
I want to hear this now. I want to do the whole Chat GBT thing. I went to go
I,
download it, and then like for some reason I didn't accept it or something on my phone fast enough or something. I have to go redo it.
I, I bought a bag. I bought a bag of trail mix, and there's a sign. There's writing on there that said "may contain nuts," and it said, "Yeah, if I wanted to just buy Reese's Pieces and raisins, I'd go to the movie theater."
That's a good one.
Yeah, Chat GPT is pretty good at writing Mitch Hedberg jokes.
I kind of like need to like check this Chat GBT thing out because I hear that it really tells you like ways how to speak because I've also like feel like I've slacked on the art of speech of like being able to say things with pizzazz as they say. So like I'm always asking people like, hey, what's a better way to say this? And like, I want to get Chat GPT so I can ask it like, hey, what's a good way to say this? I could tell.
You could text me. I could give you better ways to say things if you're in a jam and Chat GPT isn't helping you out.
Oh,
You
just
can
tell them
check
to go
me.
fuck themselves. That's what you would say.
I'll advise you in a swell way.
Thanks, James. Thanks. Oh, this guy.
The
All
tourist
right,
around there.
fine. So, sir, I was just advised to tell you to go fuck yourself. Oh no, it's totally not what I
The-
want to say to my boss.
What if there was what if there was like a sketch where you wanted to advise with Chat GBT, but it was actually uh, a guy named Chad, and it was Chad
Chad,
GBT, and he wrote you back like
Chad.
how you could handle any situation. Like, Chad GBT is telling me that you're problematic, and I need to avoid you all the way.
100%. You said Chad. Chad. Oh, Chad. Oh, Chad.
Did did you did you ever see? There's this documentary about incels on YouTube. Have you ever heard of those
No,
incels?
tell me about him. Tell me about him.
It is there's it stands for involuntary celibates. So it's like these angry nerds who blame getting not being able to get a girl on girls. Like
Oh,
because they're like ugly and awkward and it has to do with the girls and it's the women's fault that they can't pick up girls. So they like hire pickup artists to like give them tips and cues, and they call
yeah.
them chads. And
That's
and
funny.
they,
I'm
and
gonna
they
have to
call
watch that
then they
now.
call any dudes who can pick up girls, they call them chads. So they would call
I
you
wanna.
or I chads.
Oh
So
man, I want to go check this out. I want to see what I'm chatting about. You know,
the
that's what
chad
I want to
mode.
see. This is on the Netflix
It's
incels.
on YouTube. Yeah, it's
Oh, YouTube.
yeah.
All
I
right, all right.
we watched it. Me and Lee were watching it, and Eddie was over, and he was sitting at the dining room table. You know how like my dining room chairs are kind of like if they lean back too much, it'll scare you, and you'll
Yeah.
think you're falling. He he leaned back laughing so hard that like he actually the chair like flung out from under him and he fell on the ground and he was on the ground hyperventilating because he was laughing so hard and we thought he was dead, like we thought that he laughed so hard that he died from it, like the weasels in Roger Rabbit. Stop that laughing.
That's funny. I want to watch it. If it's that funny. You know what else is on YouTube? Big J Okerson.
Yeah, the
There's a new
tiger, not what is it called, belly something,
yeah,
pig
I
pig
forget.
belly.
Yeah, probably something like that. I forget what it's called, but
Yeah, I watched it.
it's one of those things I haven't watched yet. And when you said YouTube, it
Yeah.
reminded me to say that because I like Big J. He's a local guy.
He
Local guy.
he
Show
was
him some
from
love.
from
Was
from Philly. He's got a way of
local.
mastering like crowd work and like
Yeah.
talking to people that like no one else can have.
Way better than what everybody says. Now look, Matt Rife, it's not his fault that that's what got put on. And then that's also what he made money on.
Or are
What
you talking about
sucks is he got
his like sexist joke or whatever? It wasn't even
oh
good. Like, you're
no, the whole
talking
entire thing. What like everything. I'm saying like his. I'm saying his talent.
his talent. No, he's funny
Okay,
and
he's
he's
funny,
talented.
but I think like as far as like the special, it exposed him as not being like as funny as he was on TikTok, as
Oh
you
right.
see him on those TikTok ones. But
Because what you would see is his crowd work and how
right,
sharp it is.
yeah,
And what you're seeing in his stand-up comedy special is he's not focusing on the crowd because he's trying to do a
special,
material set.
yeah. But Big J Okerson, he does that fantastic of crowd work, and also his whole entire show is fantastic too.
Do you remember? Oh God, this this is gonna be weird. The, I don't remember exactly what it was called. It was an NBC comedy app, and I think it was called Quibi. Jay Okerson had a show on that where it was just him doing crowd work, and he'd have other comedians come on and do crowd work, and it was like almost like a premium blend, except for everybody who came on was only doing crowd work,
Oh
and the show
wow.
was called "What the F is Your Deal."
Oh, I never seen that.
Maybe seek it out
Yeah,
because you might enjoy it.
yeah. Dude, he's so good. That's why I love listening to his bonfire too.
Hmm.
But like I'm always watching clips of Big J. He's just so funny.
Have you
Like
heard
with him,
Have you heard Soder's new podcast?
I haven't. I got to go listen to it.
Soder has a new podcast that's pretty good, and Daniel Tosh has a new podcast that's good.
I wonder what happened to Soder. Why did Soder leave the bonfire? I don't know
He's
why.
talked about it on his show. I think it was
Okay.
something like his contract was coming to an end, and he just wanted to break free or something.
Oh,
I
I thought that maybe it was some sort of heat with Big J Okerson or something. I don't know.
I, I doubt it because Jay
Okay.
Okerson was on his podcast, on the Soder's podcast.
Oh yeah, and he's been on the thing, but I just didn't know what happened. Like why? Because I mean, I really liked their chemistry. Like when they would just feed off each other. With the stories of what's going on. It was just like it was so good how they just build on a story, which is the improv part of the S end. And they would just take that so long and they just go so deep into things. And that's something I want to learn. That's part of like the reason why I want to go to this improv class. Because I want to learn that type of comedy because it says long form improv. Hoping that means that like just taking something for a good 3 to 5 minutes. I mean that's what it
You
means.
could, could start your own podcast.
You never know. That's what I kind of want to maybe do, possibly a podcast. If but like everybody's got a podcast, so I would have to be like I would have to somehow figure out a way to differentiate myself
Nick,
from everybody
dude,
else.
when you say everyone else has a podcast,
Yeah,
I think there is a lot of podcasts out there, but I don't think everybody has a podcast. Most of the people I talk to on a regular basis still don't even know what a
don't have.
podcast is.
Yeah,
So I mean, like when it does look overwhelming, when you look at it and you go, "Oh, there's so many podcasts out there. How am I going to stand out?" Um, there's a lot of podcasts out there, but like a lot of them start and stop, start and stop, start and stop. There's probably more podcasts that have gone less than 12 episodes. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Than any at all. Then there's probably clogging up the works there. You know,
yeah.
but you can start a bonfire. You call it the bonfire.
Bonfire,
Bong.
smoking bongs. You have to be bubblers. Instead of crackle crackle, be bubbler bubbler. And then you have to smoke out of a different bong every show.
Mm-hmm.
And I get sponsored by
Wesley Pipes.
what's it?
What was that? Billy Bong Thornton. I'm trying to think of other names of the bongs
The
and
bongs
half
on
baked.
the I don't remember. I remember yeah I haven't seen that movie probably in about 20 years.
But you've seen Wizard of Oz 1,000 times. I
Right.
I could say that I could say that I've seen Wizard of
Mm.
Oz in full probably twice in my life.
I've seen it on Broadway. I've seen it off Broadway. Same thing with Wicked. Wicked is like a movie the prequel to how the witches all became witches and everything. I've seen that on Broadway, off Broadway, and I can't wait. The movie's actually coming out of Wicked.
Mhm. Yeah, my
So
mom just told me about it. Her and Jess went and saw it on Broadway
yeah,
uh, the last month or so.
I'm sure they loved it. It's so
Mhm.
good. Way better on Broadway than it is like off Broadway. Like off Broadway, I mean like here in Philly. I don't mean like a
Mhm.
I mean like a high school. I mean like it was on the like
Miriam
professionally
Theater.
done. It's in
or
the theaters, you
or
know, in Philly,
the
just
Prince Theater.
like whatever those theaters
Yeah.
in one of those theaters in Philly, but like definitely not as good as the New York one. Definitely not. And that's both like
What did you think of the Oz movie, The Great and Powerful with James
I
Franco?
liked I liked it. I just didn't like that. It seemed like it was too like new age, you know, like I don't know, just too 21st century, you know, basically.
What's your opinions on James Franco?
I think he did a great job.
Yeah.
I think he did a fantastic job as a wizard. I think he did a great job.
What
But
about James Franco in like Pineapple Express
uh,
and Disaster Artist? And
I think he's good there too. I like that. I really liked it when he went and saw his bubby at
yeah,
for and it's a Pineapple
Daylight
Express,
Saving
right?
Time.
Uh,
Yeah,
he had to go to his, like he went to go visit his bubby there. Like I just whatever movie it was, I don't know,
yeah, that
but
was Pineapple Express.
it was
My
yeah.
my favorite thing about watching the Pineapple Express movie is watching it on cable when they edit the curse words because they don't edit them out, they don't bleep them, they just replace them,
Right.
right? So, like instead of asshole, they'll be like, I was sitting here this whole time thinking you thought I was some kind of casserole, when in reality you were
Yeah.
thinking that I was some kind of casserole.
Right.
Quit being such a casserole. And
They got it. They have to be at a point where they're like, you know what? We know it all sounds ridiculous, so let's just make it like as stupid as we could. They have to be at that point,
and
you know.
Craig Robinson,
Oh,
Craig
he's
Robinson,
so funny. He's good. I loved him in uh whatchamacallit in Eastbound and Down too.
oh yeah, yeah, he's down, he's down. But he had a line where he called the guy a muckalucka. It's like,
Oh,
you try this, you muckalucka.
Muckalaka.
Those are the best part about watching Pineapple Express. I bet you can find like a super cut on YouTube of all the edited curse words from Pineapple
Because
Express.
they're a classic. Yeah, I like those ones, and then like because they have to match up the words. I mean to the lips to it,
Yeah.
you know. So like who picks this stuff out? Like, is it is there a special team who comes up with these things?
You know, if there is a team of specialists, uh,
Mhm.
please hire me. Tell me where I can
I'd
send my
love to do.
resume.
I'd love to do. You have to do the voiceovers too.
I'd love to be a part of that. Yeah.
You have to do the voiceovers. Or do you think they bring the actual people in to do the voiceovers?
I'm sure. I'm sure that I'm sure that
They offer.
there's a whole other day where the talent comes back in and records all the other lines that they've got to say.
Okay.
I
Ah.
mean, they kind of do that already with just words in the dialogue. Like if you ever watched Step Brothers,
Yeah.
when she's like never wake a sleepwalker or whatever, and then the dad's like because, but his mouth was moving something else. They
Right.
definitely, but always
Like they say like two words and then like they're mouthing like five
Mhm.
or vice versa.
Or versa versa.
Versa versa.
So I'm gonna start wrapping you up here, right? I'm gonna
Oh
start wrapping it
yeah.
up. Just a
Oh yeah.
couple more
All
things,
right.
and I'll send you off into the sunset with a hot dog and a
Oh
handshake.
yeah. Oh yeah. All right. All right. You're like Stone Cold Steve Austin right now.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
I like it.
hot
I
dog and a
like
handshake,
it.
brother.
Uh-huh. Hmm. Yeah.
One of those.
One of those little. Anybody do this anymore? And speaking of that, like, are you WrestleMania is going to Philadelphia? Are you going to go and do anything about that? Do
I
I
don't
have
have
an
any
idea?
bookings or anything. I definitely. Alyssa got me tickets for WrestleMania for my birthday, so
Oh,
I'm for sure going.
well, I
I'm
think that maybe
gonna
you should
be.
talk to some people and try to get some maybe comedy stuff booked, and maybe
That would be rad.
like do like all the wrestlers who do comedy. Maybe you can be the guy who books the um the comedic wrestlers and make some money off of it. There's a
Make the
little bit of
money.
scratch.
A little bit of scratchy.
So stupid people do that. A little bit of scratch. A little bit
Um,
of scratch. Yeah.
so I'd like to I like to have the moments that I have on the record, and I for sure have ones already. This is not your first time on the podcast, but I had you on right when I was brand new to it.
Right.
Right when I was brand new to doing the podcast, and it was in that old studio. Um, and I like to have things on the record, and I think I got some stuff on the record talking to you and really telling you how important you've been in my life. Like for sure, you've been somebody who has consistently supported me, and I really always appreciate that. I always appreciate like I never felt uncomfortable to talk to you about how I truly felt, and I just want to tell you on the record that that's something that I love and I
Ah,
appreciate you.
that's
So
awesome. Oh,
thank you
thank
for
you.
always being there for me. You've looked out for me more times than most people I've ever met.
Ah, awesome. Ah, well, you're my buddy. That's why. I mean,
Yeah.
that's all I can say. That's what I can say to it. Like you're my friend. I have very few people I call friends, and you're one of them that I do. And that's what I appreciate that about you. So
And my mom's maiden name is Berk, and we might be relation.
f- fingers crossed. We're hoping. We're hoping.
We're related.
We're hoping.
Um,
Yeah.
so, with that being said, if there's anything that you'd like to ask me or
Yeah.
anything that you wanna
Nah. Well,
have
here's
on
the
the
thing.
record,
Yeah. Well,
here's your chance.
what I want to ask is so I was we didn't dive into any of this, and I don't want to dive into this because I don't want to expose anything. But if I have an idea for a movie, are you going to help me write it? Because I don't know how to write movies, but I want to.
I I I I don't really know. I can show you what like where you can like the software and stuff that is used for that
Yeah.
stuff. But I mean, I can sit and we can write. I'm not good at typing.
No.
I'm
No, I'm
I'm
saying
bad,
like I
I'm
don't know how to format things on how to like. I mean,
well,
I can
I
and
can show
everything.
you that. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's what I don't know. I don't know like where you're supposed to put what and how you start doing all the ideas because I have all these different ideas in my head of the whole entire movie, the beginning, the end of a whole bunch of stuff in the middle, which of course you know would have to like that's the stuff that I would I would have to work with you on to figure out you know what makes sense and how you put things in there because I'll think of an idea here and then it should blend with this and that's where I need like
Do you know what I've been using lately for that kind of stuff?
a little bit of chat GB, a
Chat
little bit of
GPT.
Chad, uh,
Chad.
Chad GBT,
So I have been
Chad.
using a little bit of it for that to kind of like
Yeah.
format ideas that I have and like
Okay.
kind of like get them better put in a way that like I can maybe translate it over to Celtics, which would be the site, the app that you use to like that the to write the script where it says like internal daytime, that kind of crap where it says like this person says this person that's that, like the
Right.
way a script is written out.
Right.
So I have a couple things that I have a story that I've recently had Chat GPT like get the backbone of it,
Hmm.
and I'm gonna add in my own sort of dialogue to the whole thing and see if I can make it into something special. And I for sure want to share it with you for sure
All right.
because
So I want to
that
I want to learn how
you
to
would
do
have
this
fun
because
with
I
me.
have this movie I've had the idea in my head for a long time and like you're like always my go-to guy for like anything like that. Um, who I'd like think
I
of.
like being your go-to guy. I like
Yeah.
being anyone's go-to guy
All
for
right.
sure.
So I want to do this, and I want to bring you my idea, and I want you to tell me what you think about it, and I want your like opinions when I write it out. I want your opinions on it.
Once we go off mic, we can talk more about it if you want
Yeah.
to. If you want
Yeah.
to talk about it off the record.
All right.
But
Do that.
you know,
I like it.
dude, I'm always a phone call away. I'm always a text away. If you ever feel like, I could be a resource to you in any way, for sure. If you ever feel like you want some judgment-free conversation, I hope you feel safe to ever come to me with anything. Because
Cory Castle's for.
I don't see judging you as being something that's beneficial for any of us.
So you don't celebrate Festivus, I guess, because if you're not judgmental, then you can't go there. I've got a lot of problems with you people, and you're gonna hear about them. Can't do that because judgmental
Yeah.
people don't have problems with people.
Yeah, I guess I'm not a key candidate for Festivus celebrations.
No, non-judgmental people cannot have problems.
I don't even road rage. It's not a gear that I have.
No, that's right. Always calm, Cory
Pre-
Castle.
Pretty chill, man.
Pretty chill,
Pre-
PCCK. Pretty chill, Cory Castle.
Pretty chill, Cory Kastle. If you- my, I'm gonna get hoodies made that say that pretty chill.
Pretty chill. It's pretty chill. It's all the stuff to keep you warm. Pretty chill.
A little scarf that says
Yeah,
pretty chill.
pretty chill. There you go. That's it. That's gonna be your thing. Pink and purple. Pretty chill.
What would you say? What would you say your best impression is? Do you do any good impressions?
I was looking for a joke in there, but no, I don't. I wish I did good impressions. I wish I could do like a good Macho Man. I wish I could do like a Stone Cold, but like all my stuff sucks. I think I'm like hearing impaired or something because I think like tone deaf. I think
Mhm.
because like I can't sing and I can't carry a tune and I can't do impressions. Um, so like I can't. I really wish I could. Like I try, but you heard my Macho Man a couple times and it sucks. So no, I can't do impressions. Want to hear an impression of me? I think you suck. It's the impression I get of you. What
Are
about
you
you? What's
able
your
to do a Cory Kastle impression? Do you have one of those?
no? I can't do. I definitely can't do a Cory Kastle impression. It's all I know.
It's a pretty chill
It's
impression.
just talking like really kind of like slow, like you're trying to pick out like kind of like pick out your words a little bit. Like almost like you're like a Valley Girlish picking out your words right. Not Valley Girlish, but like
Hello.
no, not that, not Valley Girlish. I'm trying to think of something.
Like.
Not girlish. I don't know why I was saying girl. I'm trying to think of like yippity, like a somebody listens to like a yacht rock, you know?
Would I be somebody who listens to yacht rock on the
No,
reg?
but when you're talking to somebody, it's like you're thinking about the correct word to say, like as if you were somebody who listened to yacht rock because they're so uh they're so perfect with their verbiage.
I,
They
you
speak with
know,
such
it, it,
pizzazz.
it's enjoyable to know that it's enjoyable to know that I give off the impression that I'm pretty calculated in my words. I love that.
The impression that you actually think about what's coming out of that mouth of yours.
Yes. It's difficult these days
Yeah. I'm not
to
saying that any of it comes out
just to
positive.
speak and expect the things that you say to be heard the way you meant to say them.
Right.
So I don't want to stick my foot in my mouth. I mean, I'm sure I have in the past, and I was pretty mean when I was younger, and I said a bunch of things that hurt a lot of people's feelings a lot when I was
That's
younger,
oh yeah.
and I don't want to be that guy anymore.
That was me. That was me. I started going to therapy because of that.
I know. I know you were that guy because we were that guy together. We used to say mean stuff to each other all the time.
Mean things is a love language of all my friends.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean, it really is.
yeah,
It had its day in the sun
it did. It did.
being a jerk to your friends.
Those days are over, though. Days are over. It's like you reach like a certain age, and you're like, yeah, I can't be that way anymore. It sucks. I was so good at it.
I was so good at roasting my friends every day. I don't know what happened.
Just grow up, and
Just
all of a sudden you can't. You like making fun of them actually does hurt their feelings. Like, oh man, but it
yeah.
didn't like 5 years ago, man. Yeah.
You know, I never really meant to hurt your
Uh,
feelings. But somehow in my head, I was like, oh, he probably got his feelings hurt when I said that thing. Oh,
meanwhile, 20 things ago, he got his feelings hurt. This last one was just like the final time,
very tame.
right?
It's like,
That's like
what
all my
did,
relationships.
what did James mean when he said that mean thing 15 minutes ago, not the mean thing he said 5 minutes ago?
No, just rapid firely, just blasting me with mean things. What's going on here? But like meanwhile, but it was always like a thing. Like it's used to bust on people, and now it's like busting on people's like offensive to like and like I say it like it's like that awareness, that self-awareness.
Well, what's a little bit weird about it is like sometimes people need to get their feelings hurt a little bit. Sometimes it's
True.
okay to have your feelings hurt a little bit. Like once people start saying when their feelings are hurt a little bit that they're feeling unsafe, like you're not you don't have to be safe all the time from getting your feelings hurt. The world is going to hurt your feelings
Right.
sometimes. And if your
Yes.
friends hurt your feelings, express yourself. Let them know like, "Hey, man, that maybe hurt my feelings a little bit." Um, people don't treat you bad because they're allowed to. They think that however they're treating you is the way you're letting them treat you.
Right.
I
Exactly.
feel safe. I feel safe. You feel safe.
It's my safe
Everybody,
space. I'm
everybody's
in a safe
safe.
space right now. I'm in a safe
Safe.
space right now.
Dude, I love I have to say it's gonna be a memory that I keep with me for probably the rest of my life was sitting with you and Lee at my birthday, reading jokes out of my joke book, and you guys laughing your asses off. I felt
Oh,
so validated. I felt so like I felt so seen. Felt so safe.
so safe right there, dude. Like those jokes were like really funny. I crack up at your jokes. They're so funny. And I gotta start carrying around a thing and start writing things down like that because I think like I have some good ideas and you can help write jokes about them.
I'll get you one of those books if you'd like
Well,
one.
I've got a whole bunch of them.
Well,
Like
then start carrying them
I should
around,
carry around with me. That's it. I just have to carry around with me.
and then
But like
and
my
then you
here's
can
my
use
word.
them for your improvisation.
Well, the most difficult part is like when I think of really funny stuff, it's when I'm in the shower. Like
You
I
don't
think of
keep a pen and
some
paper in the
really good
shower.
material in the shower. Like how am I going to write down the shower? You know? And then by the time I'm done drying off, it's like, what was that? Ah, damn it!
It's like
I
I
forget.
like the Mitch Hedberg joke when he's like, if there's no pen around me, I have to sit there and convince myself that what I thought of wasn't fun.
Funny. It'll never sell. No, I had some like really good stuff that I thought of, and like it was just like a whole thing, and just it spawned off each other. Like there's like multiple ideas, and then segues, and like the whole thing was great. And like I remember, like I dried off and then got dressed, and went to go right down. I was like, what was it? I forgot everything.
You know what's weird? It's like when I actually have also thought of some really funny stuff in the shower, and then go to say it out loud to somebody, and them automatically not be able to relate to me, and then
Yeah,
be like, "Well, I guess I'm not writing that down."
right.
Uh, like somehow, okay, I have doors on my shower, so I haven't had a shower curtain in a very long time. But like when I take showers, if I've taken a shower at my mom's house, the shower curtain blows in the wind, and it, like, once you turn the water on, like, the pressure somehow sucks the shower curtain up, and it like starts touching my leg, and I'm like, I'm trying to think here, get off me. And I was trying to
You're
say that
lucky.
to somebody, and they were like, what? No, I never experienced that. And I'm like, I
I
thought it
totally get
would
it.
be relatable.
And my yeah, I had that happen to me. I remember that from different places I've taken showers in. Although both of my showers here at my house now have the doors, but I can relate to back in the day. You know,
And I used to think it had something to do with the air conditioner vent being right next to
quite
the
possibly,
shower curtain,
quite
but
possible.
I think it has something to do with the water pressure coming down and then sucking the curtain towards the pressure.
Then it wraps you up. You get stuck in it. Get
I'm
off of me!
trying to think. This is where I do my best thinking. Get
Right,
off of me.
do all my best thinking right here. That's the worst part about being in the shower. All my best thinking in the shower. What am I gonna do? Work from the shower? Can't do that.
You could do set up like a tape recorder to record everything you're saying. If you think of a funny thing in the shower, say it and then listen back to it later. And then
Not a bad idea. I do have
ooh, jerk.
cool jokes. Um, get out of here, you little jerk.
You pervert.
Yeah, it's a pervert. That's what he says. Um, I have like that actually. Well, I don't know. I do have a thing in there like for my I bring my phone in there if the Sixers are playing and like Sixers are playing at like let's say 8 o'clock. It's like, oh man, I want to take a shower at like 8:30. So I'll take my phone in there and I have like a little thing, a case that I like put this in there. And I wonder if I could just keep it in there, have it on the whole entire time, and then tell it to whatever.
What are the ideas that you're thinking of prompted
Yeah.
by the stimulation of listening to the Sixers?
No, 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 no. That's not when I think of the things. But I'm wondering if I could just put this in my phone in my shower, not while the Sixers are playing, but just like and like record while I'm taking the shower, so I can talk into it. Whatever my jokes are,
Deep thoughts.
my deep thoughts and jokes.
You can start your own Nick Berk in the shower blog.
Oh shit! Showering with Nick, getting clean with Nick.
Mm-hmm.
My water bill be outrageous though.
No, you take the same amount of showers. You're just recording them now.
Uh,
You wouldn't change the amount of showers you take. You take the same amount of
no.
showers.
No, but like they have to go longer. Who's gonna check in for just a 15-minute shower where like I
Well,
really don't even get started on a good solid thought until about 8 minutes in.
well,
Then
dude,
after that,
we're living in a quick click society. You gotta really grasp people's attention. So like Vine was only 7 seconds,
oh,
and YouTube Shorts, I like to keep those inside of a minute or two. I
so
can't
maybe what I'll do is just record and then cut and cut and cut and
Mhm.
cut. Yeah,
and find whatever the sauce, the good
yeah.
sauce.
And then we'll call it, maybe we'll have rubber duckies in there. We'll sing the rubber ducky song. You know?
All that, yeah.
Yeah, that'll sound good.
Hey, Berk. Hey, Berk. Look
Hey,
at my.
Berk.
Hey,
Hey,
Berk.
Berk. Hey, Berk.
You see, not Bert. I said Berk.
Berk. I know. Hey,
Hey,
Berk.
Berk.
Hey, Berk. Dude, see, that would have been awesome to have in wrestling. Hey, Berk. Hey, Berk. That could have been a thing. Another thing I wanted was when me and Bar were tag teams. Like for some reason, this made me think of it. I want us to be called Berserk and Bizarre. Our names in
Yeah,
Carney.
I called you that.
But like he didn't want our name to be that.
Well, I called you that behind your back.
Oh. Well,
No, but I would definitely say that to Niles.
Yeah.
Niles and I would call you that
Yeah, Berserk and Bizarre. Like I that's what I want
because
our
it was
tag
like
team name to
fun.
be. Yeah. And like he
Yeah,
didn't want that. I was so that's like the perfect name. He wanted to be the softcore connection, which
because he wanted to like the weird thing about him was always that he wanted to be taken a level of serious, but then also be like a little bit of a like a bitch about stuff.
yeah,
Like, so it was a hard like like a thin line between like when what he's gonna like and what he's not gonna like, and he's gonna be so particular about the things that he doesn't like.
yeah.
Um,
He would always
uh,
another thing he did to me was he would choose when we would go and work different like indies and stuff. He would choose different music for us to come out to. Always be something I didn't know like how to come out to. Always some like weird rhythm that I wasn't cool with.
cool
So
jerk. You're coming to-
that's to come out the cool chart.
it's about
Oh
time.
man. Yeah.
No one's used it. It's about
Yeah.
time somebody uses it.
Well, someone's got to be a cool jerk, you know. Anyway,
Mhm.
yeah, someone's got to come out to it.
So
So,
hypothetically,
yeah,
I've now gifted you this show. Let's say
yeah.
uh, that this is the first episode of your new podcast, Evolving with Nick
Ooh,
Berk, in a very
evolve.
Jerry
Yeah.
Springer Spinal Thought type way.
Mhm.
The most valuable takeaways, the
Yeah.
most important lessons
Yeah.
that can inspire people to be a better version of themselves.
Right.
In the next minute or two, what would you
Yeah.
tell them?
Oh man. Well, you're going to have to get out of your comfort zone because what I've learned in the past few years is that I definitely created a, um, a bubble around myself because of what with COVID coming out, right? And that isolated myself. So now entering into this new or into the world in the past 2 years or year and a half was like kind of like rough. And so what I now have to do is I have to go and take classes to go learn improv so I can go and be social again in society. So that tells me that I'm stepping out of my comfort zone, and that's what you're going to have to do to grow and evolve. You're going to have to step out of your comfort zone in order to get to where you have to get to. Because if you keep on doing the same thing that you've done before, you're doing the same thing that you're doing now. You're not going to move forward. You're only going to be staying where you are. So if you see that there's something that you need to grow in, just grow up and grow out by getting out of your comfort zone. Yeah.
Thanks for hanging with me, Nick. I appreciate you.
Thanks for having
Appreciate
me.
like I always say, if this is your first time ever checking out Evolving with Cory Kastle, this is the first time you ever checked out the show. Uh, maybe check out the archives. It got 318 other episodes on YouTube. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, like, and comment. Let me know you exist. If you exist, let me know you exist. What's really cool, and it's something I always say. If you've listened to it this whole time, the currency of your effort and attention mean more to me than your dollars and your cents. So the fact that that you took all of your time and your effort to hang with me here on this and consume anything that I'm putting out, I love it. Let me, the only call to action I'll give you is to lend me a little bit of your support, follow and like and subscribe, all those things. And make sure you comment cool jerk underneath the YouTube video so that I know you made it all the way through.
Cool
And
shirt.
in your best Ernie from Sesame Street, you say, be fun, have safe, keep evolving.
Oh, oh, geez, sheesh. I can do a Kermit probably a little bit better than anybody else. I can do. Oh, geez. Or, I don't know. How does he? Yeah, how does he do it? I'm trying to think about who's who. All right. Hebert. All right, Hebert. Hebert. So, what do you want me to say again?
Be fun,
Um,
have safe.
be fun. Have safe. Be fun.
Keep evolving.
Lisa. Keep evolving.
Everybody, thanks for hanging with me. Be kind to yourselves. Be kind to everybody. Tell people that you love them and be fun, have safe, keep evolving. Show's over.